That's what I usually do. I usually watch both.
Right.
So if we get anyone talking.
I got the connecting to chat.
Yeah. I don't think I've had that problem ever.
It happens if I change my username.
Oh, you did that again.
Yeah.
Okay, what is it now?
Just another sports guy.
Son of a bitch.
Where is that actually? Where is that? Not that. Not that one. Not that one. Not that one. Not that one. Not
Jesus
that
Christ,
one.
why'd you make it so long?
Because it wasn't taken. Can I edit this on the fly?
I can't center you under the thing. That sucks.
It's gonna throw off on mine too. Don't worry. It's gonna throw way off on mine.
Just did that on the fly, so everyone would be like, "Oh, they're prepared."
Just another sports guy.
Good lord,
that is really long.
I was only thinking about changing my name to I'm Ben until we came up with the idea of the wrestling mats.
I mean, I get it, but if I'm gonna stream something, it's gonna be sports. Let's be real.
Yeah.
So I was just like, I wanted something that's like not my name, but also works for me.
Fair enough.
And if I wake up on Saturday mornings, whatever, I want to stream the college football game, I can. If I wake up on a Sunday, I want to stream a little bit of Madden, I can.
Yeah.
The only thing I'm going to stream that's not sports related is probably trucks or whatever with us, or occasional repo or something. So
and that's snow runners for anyone going like, they're gonna play trucks. What?
Trucks.
Yeah, we just call it trucks.
All right.
Trucks.
I got the sniffles here, it seems like. So allergies or something's been going nuts. So whenever you're good to start, I'm ready to go get into this.
I'm ready. I'm live on my end.
I'm live. I haven't hit record yet. That's all.
I don't see your. Oh wait, are you doing only YouTube right now? You're not doing Twitch, huh?
No, I'm on Twitch.
You are on Twitch. What the? Why are you not showing up? Do a refresh.
No, it might be because of the name change.
You should still show up. I'm still friggin' following you.
Oh, yep,
yeah,
here comes...
there it is.
Yep, let's say we're going to have double audio for take 2 seconds on the stream, but that is what it is.
Yeah, well.
Not a big deal. Okay, yeah, but I'm there.
There.
Right, let's get rid of that. I don't need to see me everywhere. It's too much me. All right. Let's start the recording, I guess. Ready, and go with the theme song.
You got a theme song now over there?
No.
I'm like, am I supposed to be quiet?
No, it took 2 clicks for it to start, and then the wheel started spinning. It's been counting down for the few seconds it was going there, but there we go. Yeah, I don't know. It just didn't want to record for a second. Oh. Maybe my hard drive went to sleep for a minute. Anyways, we're recording now, so let's roll with it, I suppose.
Yay, intro time.
It's the Wrestling Mats. We're back to talk about more Monday Night Raw after Raw for July 28th, where I don't feel like a whole lot happened, but I think stuff was supposed to happen. And that's kind of what we're going to talk about, I guess.
Yeah, it kind of felt like there should have been a little bit, maybe more of a build-up. There was some build-up towards,
we're going to go right into this.
This being a 2-night event, it should have been a little bit more build-up than what we got, huh?
Well, I think we were supposed to feel something, and I didn't feel it. Like, it just didn't hit the same way I think it was supposed to. Yeah. The close of that show, I think, was supposed to be more of an impactful, like, doomsday type scenario where Seth's group actually took like the charge, and it was like, they beat up two guys.
And, and then they took his shoes. They went old school hood rat. I stole your shoes, dog. Like, what the fuck?
Maybe there's more of an inside joke to that we don't know about, but I have no idea.
I mean, I know Roman's been donating some of his shoes to charity. Like, he'll have a match and be like, I'm donating these shoes. Your shoes are mine now. Are you going to donate them or just keep them from the kids?
That's how he goes. That's how he goes real heel.
Yeah. Fuck them kids. Tie the shoelaces together, throw them over the telephone pole. There your donation shoes. Up there. Take that kid in a wheelchair. Where's the staircase?
Ouch! What are you doing over there?
I don't. Well, we're going ultimate.
Bronson Reed.
We're going ultimate heel mode.
A devil over there of a person.
Well, damn. I mean, if you want to go heel, go heel.
I mean, that's going full heel. All right.
Yeah. Shoes that wheelchair kid, can't actually like use and just. I was stuck them on your feet. Isn't that neat? You'll never get the feel of them, but they're there.
Ouch.
But
like,
no,
he
they're
wasn't
not
going to
actually
use
there.
them because Roman's like a size 12 or whatever. Okay, that's why he wasn't going to use them. Ouch, man. You are more heel than Bronson Reed right now after that story you made up for him.
I'm trying to teach the man, okay?
You've gone too far, all right?
Well,
Joker, calm it down.
Oh, shut up. Gone too far. They go far enough.
Ah, my goodness. No, you went far enough. We're good.
Yeah. Okay, see? I went far enough. I didn't cross any lines. I just threw the shoes
I think you crossed the line
I just
threw
threw the shoes up on the line.
Oh my goodness.
There's your size 12s that you'll never fill.
Like, you can't. The shoes are straddling the line, one on each side, yes, in your hypothetical scenario here, but you have crossed it fully.
You'll never fill them because you'll never grow up to an age where you can.
Ouch! It's getting worse. I'm so glad it's a hypothetical kid you're talking about. What is wrong with this? Oh my goodness.
I mean, if you're going to go heel, make people fucking despise you. At least that would have been like the build up where like, okay, this makes sense. The guy's a fucking scumbag. It's just like, I took your shoes. Like, oh, haha, it's a comedy routine now. What are we doing? Oh,
I'm putting Snoopy back on my watch. I need some type of joy. You've gone and made this really dark.
I just pulled out fucking straight out evil.
You did. I'm gonna watch some Snoopy gifs run back and forth on my watch now for a while to help, like, palate cleanse whatever the hell that was. That was, whew. Roman and Jay are gonna join Bronson Reed and Breaker to go after you.
You can make a South Park episode out of that.
Oh my goodness, they're about the only two people going further than you just did.
Yeah, pretty much. Although they already made a wrestling episode and.
I'm so far behind on that show. I should get caught up. I think I watched like religiously until like season 7, but they're on 27, so
yeah,
I've got 20 in between I've missed.
Kind of the pinnacle for me was like the first bit of World of Warcraft before the first expansion ever came out, and then season 10, the first episode, they make the World of Warcraft episode, make love not Warcraft. That was kind of the pinnacle for me, because it's like, I'm playing it and they're doing that, and that was like perfect timing to do that episode. It was like, that was like one of the ultimate peaks of the popularity building.
We are awful at keeping these things under an hour for this reason right here, but I will say this briefly about it. I want to go back and watch it because how good the show is at being a time capsule.
Oh, yeah.
They produced the show in about 6 days. So watching the show back now will give you an idea of, at the exact time of that show being made, what pop culture was doing.
Yeah.
So that's kind of one reason why. Yes. So like, even though the show is funny and does a lot of crazy stuff, which I am intrigued to see how it evolved after, because I mean, I was watching when I was in like junior high school. So where it went. at very least, even if I don't find certain aspects funny, that I will have the reference because it's so quickly made. It's ridiculous. But okay, we should get back to the wrestling. We're already 6 minutes in and we got horribly derailed. So I don't know. I think we both sat in the same place, though, that we didn't feel the impact that we think that main event. Hot dog.
This thing stinks. I think he peed on it. Like, it's in my face. I'm like, I need to wash that thing. That's awful. It was just here. I'm like, yo.
We're just going to become a variety podcast where we just talk for an hour about anything because...
Okay. Enough
I don't think it's a bad idea. I feel like it's better than we're about to talk about. So maybe it's best we do that instead.
Puppy, pee dog. Okay, let's move on.
Get a Petco sponsor at some point. Anyways.
Okay.
I don't know. It didn't hit very hard. I think for me, the best thing about the night had to be the women's tag match. I think that worked out the best.
Yeah. You had made a good point about that, where it's with the heel girls, it kind of seemed like, almost like 2.5 of them are just like characters and not fleshed out stars. Like, and it's partly with Naomi kind of like feeling out this heel scenario that she's doing. Like, is she going full on crazy? Where's she gonna land at here? Because it isn't like totally fleshed out yet.
Right. And what I was getting at, just to catch up people that weren't us, because we're the only two in the conversation at the time, was that in wrestling you have characters, and eventually characters become personalities, in my opinion. When the character is I don't want to say finalized, but flushed out well enough that you look at that person and you don't see a character, you see a personality. That's when that character that wrestler has evolved to that. Like, Ripley can do whatever she wants, but it took a minute to figure out where she was going to be sexually, where she was going to be strength-wise, where she was going to be where she was going to be with her promos. And she's now flushed that out. She knows where she is with all of that stuff. EO's the same way. They know where their gear is going to, how their gear is going to work. People have a good idea of what to expect from them in that scenario. Whereas you look at Chelsea Green and her group. Chelsea has kind of worked out that character to a degree. You can tell that she is going to be the high maintenance princess in whatever form that takes, but you know what that is. Now, her tag team stablemates, this is like, they haven't evolved to their final form yet. They're not there yet. Okay. They're not, they haven't evolved. I don't know enough about Pokemon to know. I don't have good examples of like where Charizard is and stuff, but that's kind of the idea. Like, you can tell that they're really working well as those characters, but Alba Fire and Nevin are going to obviously be something different a year from now, more than likely. Whereas Chelsea Green will still be a princess of some sort. Rhea Ripley's still going to be her demon self to some degree. Maybe the gear changes, maybe she's good, maybe she's bad, but the character is there. And then we were talking about Naomi, and I feel like Naomi is so close to being there, but I think the drastic shift in personality, she's just slightly off yet. I like what they're doing, but slightly off yet. I love the entrance. I love the tape in the background, the third wheel, the Too Nice being on the caution tape. I love the mentality. It's just that she's just slightly off with what it doesn't feel like she's 100% dialed in this personality yet. I think she'll get there, but man, I would have loved to seen her have a lot more big match opportunities and carry the briefcase, because the briefcase was a fun prop for her, because she was doing like what's in the briefcase type of posts, and it was ridiculous. It was like old timey, TNT. It was like action figures. It was like ridiculous stuff. And I would have liked to seen her dial in that persona using these props to give you these clues to this character before she got the belt. Now she has the belt. Now she is the main attraction. And I think it's one of those things like they just took whatever
They got
you
there
want
too
to.
fast.
Right. I was trying to think of a really delicious like food item that you take out of the oven too soon, and I was blanking on all things because I can't cook to save my life. But this whole baking process, she didn't let her cook enough. Like she's gonna get there. It's still gonna be good.
The dough didn't rise,
Right, but it wasn't 100% like perfectly timed. And I think she will definitely get there because she's always been talented as hell. But I just think this new persona, she's so close to being the personality versus a character. But I think she's just on the cusp. And I think a little longer, keep her in the, give her those big priority matches. Let her dial this in. But she got the title now, so roll with it. I guess. I think she'll get there on her own, but I just think this could have been even more impactful. They just would have gave it just a slightly longer time.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was just kind of rushed.
It felt rushed to me, and if the Glow Naomi was the one who won the belt, I would have been fine with it because that personality, that character was there. This is somewhere in between. This is still that Naomi, but it's with an edge. And I don't think they've quite got this, or she doesn't quite have this one locked in yet. I think they're getting there. Like I said, on the entrance, I love the video. I love the evil splits and slide back in under the rope type entrance. Fits perfect. Gives her time to look evil and also athletic at the same time.
Yep.
Her leaving the entranceway and coming down the aisle, something was off there in my head. Like she tried to like groove with the new music and stuff like that. And she doesn't nearly look as spastic as Braun Breaker whenever he goes to hit a spear and he's like got water in his ear or whatever the hell's going on and he's flipping out over there. But she's got more rhythm and she's got more smoothness to her than she portrays there. I just don't think she knows they haven't dialed that in just yet. And I think those little spots show up in her character now at different times in the matches as well. And I think once they iron those out, we're good. And they'll do it. But I just think they should have done that before they gave her the title. And I think the briefcase was the perfect spot for her too, because I think the briefcase gave life to this character, like an inside her head, like the briefcase almost with a metaphor for what's going on inside her head. Yeah. The entire time, and they could have just kept rolling with that to give you clues to her mentality as we went. So yeah, that's just it. That's one of those things that I think I would have let cook a little longer myself, but I love it either way. But man, it could have been better in my opinion. But just giving it more time.
At least when she cashed in, it wasn't like when we were expecting it, so they didn't.
That's the thing. They gave up on the cooking for the surprise. That's essentially what they did.
Yeah, pretty much.
But yeah, but every lady in there is fantastic. I have no problem with any of the ladies in there. I just don't think that they're going to be like Nevin and Elba Fire are going to be. That's like the Repo character. Like he ain't going to end up being Repo Man. You know what I mean? Like that's just a character for a time. He's not going to end up there. Like Hunter Hearst Helmsley was never going to stay
or like
a pre-turned vampire or whatever the hell he was back then, like with his fluffy shirt.
He was just a Connecticut snob, really.
No, he didn't.
That's all he was supposed to be.
The fluffy shirts. It was the 90s. No one had fluffy shirts except for vampires.
Yeah, and sailors.
Yeah, we went through that. Actually, you're absolutely right. He was closer to the Brood than he was a snobby Connecticut man. Like he was closer to the. He even had velvet pants. Like didn't he have velvety blue pants?
Velvety blue or black sometimes pants. Yeah.
Right. Thank God China showed up and knocked some sense into that man.
Yeah. And pairing with Shawn Michaels too.
Yeah, that whole group. I just in my head I like to think China was like poof. Well, toughen up, man.
those two, I would say.
Yeah, that whole group was fantastic. Don't get me wrong, but yeah. So, there was that. LWO and Judgment Day put on a hell of a match.
Yeah.
No surprise there. Also, no surprise that Judgment Day was going to walk out the belts again, but
yeah, that wasn't the time to really lose them. I mean,
No.
sometimes they do that like right before a pay-per-view, but it didn't make sense
It's
there.
the SmackDown titles that gets beat every time because SmackDown is now day one of the pay-per-view is what it is technically. It's why the SmackDown tag titles I don't think are ever on up until now, up until SummerSlam. They're hardly ever on the main show.
Yeah.
Last year, the titles were lost the night before SummerSlam.
Ridiculous.
At SmackDown. So,
was there even a match for them then at SummerSlam?
No, they were on SmackDown.
Wow.
So Thursday night, Gargano and Ciampa came to our local company, which is the one Gargano used to be a teacher for the school for, AIW. Mm-hmm. They showed up there. They didn't wrestle, but they did a monologue. And Ciampa was essentially doing all of his Triple H stuff because that was back when Truth was calling them DX essentially.
Oh yeah.
So Ciampa did the water spit and everything. It was fantastic. The next night was SmackDown, which I didn't go to. They had their match. They lost their tag titles, and then SummerSlam was the next night. So yeah. With 2 nights, at least they're getting it on the actual SummerSlam card, unlike Bayley, apparently. Yeah. But, yeah, so we'll see. For a while there, SmackDown was night 1 of the pay-per-view, essentially, for like the SmackDown titles or the U.S. title or that kind of stuff. I think they even did the Andre the Giant Battle Royal one time on the SmackDown before WrestleMania, just to do it then instead of the card.
Just get it out of the way instead of putting on WrestleMania.
Yeah, pretty much.
Sheesh.
So, but now at 2 nights, hopefully that isn't the case.
Yeah. I guess it makes sense when it's like, we have a jam-packed show.
Yeah.
We just do it here the night before.
Yep. What do you think? You think Dom's gonna retain or beat? We should do a different prediction show altogether, but it kind of ties into the match on Raw. What do you think about the Dom and AJ feud?
I kind of think he's going to retain, but in some heelish, group method where they just screw over
Perez
AJ.
is going to help him win some way, shape, or form. We'll cover it again in like a prediction show if you want to do one later on.
Sure.
Like maybe after SmackDown.
Yeah, that works.
When the entire card or whatever is finalized. But I agree. But I think it's going to be Roxanne.
Put a last-minute match in.
Yeah. I think Roxanne will be the reason why he gets the win. He'll get the win. Dom is just too hot right now. And it will help further the wedge between Liv and Dom.
Yeah.
As if this...
Just trying to catch him, pick him up. Sorry.
But, yeah. So, no surprise that AJ's team won tonight. I mean, nothing's on the line, so it makes all the sense in the world to have the belt holders all lose.
That was a match I missed. I had to...
We were talking to
that. Wasn't that like... Was that like the first match?
No.
What am I confusing myself with then? Oh,
I'm not.
Because it was Judgment Day. Why am I getting confused here? You're saying AJ's group?
Yeah, AJ was with the Kabuki Warriors.
Oh, that.
Yeah.
Wait. No, that is the match I missed. It was like the opening match, wasn't it? I didn't get to see that match.
I saw less of the show than you did. How did I see the match?
Wasn't it the first one?
The very first that led off the show was the Hogan tribute.
Yeah, Hogan
I missed that. You told me about that.
Yeah, it was then...
Then Usos came out.
Yeah, Jay talking
to... Jade and
Heyman.
Heyman, yeah.
And then the first match after that, it was the Kabuki Warriors with, AJ?
Right, versus Roxanne Perez.
Yeah.
And Raquel with Dom.
Yeah, I missed that match.
Who the hell was I talking to?
I don't know. I started seeing the entrances, and I'm like, Uh-oh, stomach problem. I had to go to the
You
restroom. Like,
came
I could
back.
still hear. I came back at the end of that match. At the very end of that match, and I told you, I missed this entire match. I missed it all. I could hear what was like going on, but I couldn't see it. I missed that whole first match. I completely missed
No,
that. I
no,
did.
no. The first match. No, the first match that happened wasn't that one.
I swear to God it was because I didn't get to see it.
Because we talked for about 2 seconds when you came back.
Yeah. That was the match that just ended. I promise you, I did not see that match tonight.
But I was only in here for about 2 seconds.
Yeah.
But I watched the whole match.
I think you watched it before you popped in the Discord.
No.
Well,
because the match that was starting when I popped in here wasn't that one.
Well, yeah,
I left
because that one had just ended. I didn't see that match. I promise you, because I left. Order. I left while Raquel and Roxanne Perez were having their entrance. I left during that. I missed that entire match. Can't wait for you to prove me right. Dog, you are all full of beans. What? What is it?
I just want the match rundown order.
All full of beans. Biting the hell out of me because he wants to fight my hand. Because he just wants to play.
I was not in here before that.
Yeah, I know. You kind of showed up like right at the tail end of that match. As it was ending. That's when I heard your, hey, what's up? And I got down here and I was just like, yeah, I missed that whole match. I missed the whole goddamn thing. I did not get to see that one.
I don't see anybody with the matches in order right now. I'm seeing like results, but they're out of order. Yeah, maybe you were right. Maybe it was first, but I wasn't in here that long before you got in here. I have no idea how I saw the whole match, entrance and all, and you missed the entire thing.
I don't know. I'm not at your house. I don't know what the fuck you were doing. I cannot tell you. I know I came in and said like, yeah, I missed that whole match because it had just ended. I'm like, I left during the entrances. I had to go, and that was that. So.
I sat down, popped in here, asked you about it. You weren't in here. You're right. Said it for about, I don't know, 30 seconds to a minute. Took the headset off to go change a little laundry. You came back and put the headset back on. We talked, the match ended, and then the Grayson Waller Sheamus match was going to happen next. I don't know how you missed the entire match. I have no idea, because I'm going to say at least half of it happened while I was talking to you. Anyway, that's not the point. Anyways. Anyway, moving on to more realistic stuff here. How did someone I've already was following follow me on? I'm intrigued by that. I'll get back to that. Anyways, makes all the sense in the world. There were some cool tag team moves. AJ popped up Kyrie into the sky, essentially, for an outside the ring, like elbow drop down on standing people. Actually, it was Raquel, standing Raquel. But nevertheless, it was good. It made sense to how it ended. Roxanne saved the day, saving Dom at one point. But in the end, it didn't matter. She eventually went to attack AJ. AJ leapfrogged her. She fell out of the ring. He still hit the forearm on Dom and got the win anyways. Sheamus versus Grayson Waller had nothing to do with Grayson Waller. You saw
Yeah,
that one.
yeah, yeah. I think that might have been the first match I was back for.
It had to have been then. I don't know
Yeah.
how. I thought you caught more of that first match, but apparently we didn't. And I spent 10 minutes trying to figure it out, so we got to move on. So, but yeah, it's Waller, because that kicked off with New Day semi ingratiating Waller into the group. Not really. But it didn't matter because that wasn't what that was about. That was about Rusev still being pissed that
Yeah.
he lost to Sheamus.
I was finally able to run back Netflix. The first match was AJ with the Kabuki Warriors.
I agreed with you.
Day. Yeah, well, that's the one I missed for sure.
I don't know. I talked to you through half of it, so I don't know how you missed half of it. I don't know what to tell you. But we're moving on. We're moving on.
Came back when it's over with, but okay, fine. Move on. Fight with you about something else.
You weren't paying attention to it then. Like, you were back for half of it. I don't know what to tell you. At least.
I swore I got back after it ended, but maybe it wasn't over with on your end. I don't know. Okay. Anyways. So yeah, the whole Sheamus's match, that was nothing but just him and Rusev just with
because that's the one I missed, changing the load of laundry.
Yeah.
It was over before I got back.
That's why you're like, he just like destroy Waller. I'm just like, I didn't really think so, but I guess if it seemed that fast to you, I guess maybe so.
I put the laundry in. I waited for the water to fill up high enough to justify putting detergent in, and then I came back upstairs, and Rusev was hitting him with a shillelagh. So, like...
Yeah, I mean...
That was the length of the process.
Yeah, I don't know.
There really weren't that many matches tonight. Because then it was the 8-woman tag match. Which we talked about, where... really, everybody that needed to look strong looked strong. Ripley looked strong. Io looked good. Vakir cleared house at one point.
Yeah.
Chelsea did her thing, and Naomi looked pretty evil strong. Like, she slid out of the ring at different times that she needed to escape and stuff like that, so she didn't technically look like a dominant person like a Rhea, but looked like she was picking her spots like a calculated, evil, crazy Harley Quinn type of character would. I don't know. Yeah. That's just setting up Rio. And then there's the backstage segment where Rio and Io talk, which I think made little sense to me, but whatever.
Yeah.
Io like grabs Rio by the hand and like holds her back like she's gonna like make plans for like a movie scenario or like a sleepover. Like, hey, stay. And Rhea's all like, hey, we're friends, but come SummerSlam, I'm gonna beat you for the belt. And she's like, you never have and you never will. I'm like, what? Well, why did you stop her for this? Why did you choose to have this interaction? It made no sense to me.
Just it seems like filler to just go like, remember these two still gotta fight. So
I mean, weird to me, just weird.
Yeah.
Judgment Day versus LWO, good match, good work, good everything, but not really sure why El Grande got involved, but
yeah, I don't know.
It has nothing to do with the tag division. He has nothing to do with...
Because he would kind of need another, like, American-made kind of...
Yeah, American-made wasn't in the match.
Yeah, he'd need another partner like that to be going against the LWO to make any sense.
Right, or if American-made was even just in the match. If the Creed brothers were in the match, it'd make sense for him to come down and do something.
Yeah.
Whether to hinder or help the American-made team. He just had no I don't get what he's doing. I don't get what they're doing with him yet. I'm sure they'll reveal it as time goes on, but I don't know what they're doing with him. I can't figure out what um the end result is going to be. Because I mean, in my mind, it should be either something fun where he wrestles Chad Gable, or he eventually works his way into American Made.
Or they tag El Grande with Chad Gable.
Yeah, that too. That's a
See, yeah. It's not me. I'm tagging with the guy.
Right. There's all these options that could be there, but this doesn't just make any sense.
And then the next week you tag Americano with Ludwig.
Right.
And go like, yeah, see?
Yeah.
It's not me. I'm tagging with the guy.
Again, all these are fun ideas, but to me, it didn't make much sense why he was there. But end result is he helps Judgment Day get the win. And then Uso and Bronson Reed, they, Breaker jumps him, like we said. OTC comes out, and by the end of it, pretty dominant beatdown by Seth's boys. Yeah. But to me, it's just the end of a Raw. Like I think it was meant to feel like one of those, like when you're a kid and the corporate corporate ministry always comes to mind, but like the Main Street Posse or the corporate whatever, McMahon's group at the time beating down Austin was meant to felt like hopeless. Like clearly there's no way that Austin can overtake this. Look how badly it just went. But it's Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker. They just caught two spears at the end that turned the tide. SummerSlam's going to hit, and in my mind, Roman's going to spear both of them just as hard. And like, it doesn't have that same weight. It doesn't, I think it was meant to with the way it ended.
Yeah.
As like, it was like when you're a kid with that, but like, it's just still two big dudes versus two big dudes. Like it could go the other way next time. It doesn't feel that overwhelming, but the way it was filmed and the way Michael Cole was talking about it, I feel like it was meant to be overwhelming.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I don't know. I guess the big question is does The Rock show up for it?
Yeah, there's been some rumor that like, oh, he's actually going to show up at this one, and I hope those rumors are right, but along the John Cena line.
Okay, I say, what does he do there then? Because you have all the Samoa stuff going on, as if your Drew McIntyre would say, like, if you want to get ahead in this business, just change your name to Fatu. So he can do something with that. Or, his quote, not mine.
He's kind of not wrong.
Right.
Not right now.
There's a Cena angle. So let's say if The Rock does show up, what's he doing? Which angle is he working?
Well, what angle? I don't know.
He's not gonna show up for both. He's not gonna just
can kind of work to get there, but I think part of it might be the whole rumors that seem to be official of them parting ways with Travis Scott, where there's some sort of falling out, where he isn't gonna be around. Thank God. I hope. I don't want to see his stupid ass again. He's just some people don't have it. It's like when WWE and like what was it, the 2010s did that long string of like, we're bringing in celebrities to like have matches and pitch their sales things. Like they got some movie coming out or something. Like the Jackass guy is just,
they did WrestleMania like 5 years ago.
I know, but it's just he has that aura in the ring where it's just like he's not supposed to be there, where Paul or even Jelly Roll kind of like
they get it
with Triple H. Yeah, like he gets it, and he kind of already belongs. That's where like he was saying, like he was being interviewed and said like Triple H told me, like, when I came back, like I'm like, I want to do more of this. They're like, it's crazy. I don't know what it is, but you're like a freaking natural. It just, as you said, they get it somehow.
Well, it goes back to being a performer more so than anything else. So if
Yeah.
you're a performer by nature, there's a chance that you can be in the ring and be fine. Then you have someone, as much as I don't like him, he's a performer / he's athletic like Logan,
Mm-hmm.
and you can excel.
Yeah.
And whether you like him or not, he has the two attributes you need to do well in this sport. Jelly Roll is a performer.
Yeah.
And Travis Scott, I'm not trying to say he's not a performer, but Travis Scott is...
He's a different kind of performer. I mean,
He's a performer that's putting himself first.
Yeah, and I don't know. I've never seen him perform, so I don't know what kind of rapper he is. In a sense, I don't know if he just kind
Same.
of like if he
To me,
just stands on stage with a towel and just just does his stuff and walks around. I don't know.
I can understand that. I probably should watch one of his concerts to see how he performs, but he doesn't. His idea of being in the ring looks like it's to be cool looking. Like that looks like his goal. Like even when he was just standing there, the lean he had up against the ropes and stuff. Like his
like,
goal was,
I'm cool guy in the ring. Like, no, you're not.
The Rock is in the ring with you. You're not the cool guy in the ring. Like you're not the wealthiest. You're not the strongest. You're not the fastest. You're not the most charismatic. You are behind the Rock and everything. Stop trying to look so cool.
You're just a string bean in clothes that are like way too big for you, trying to look cool, and we're all just like, maybe you can fool like teenagers, but like,
right, and that's who he was there to fool. Like,
yeah, and like everyone else is like onto you. Even little kids are like, I don't care about this guy.
I don't know who that guy is.
There with Cena and Cody.
Right.
Fuck that guy. I've got these three.
It's funny when you watch movies as a 16, a 17, and 18-year-old, and you see main characters be 16, 17, 18-year-olds, and you're like, yeah, they could do something. And then you hit like 25 and you start watching movies that have like actual people who are grown adults. Like, what's the best way to put this? Like someone like a main character, like an Edward Cullen or something like that, trying to save the day. I get it, he's a vampire, whatever. But versus like the 80s when Arnold was the guy trying to save the day, you're like, oh yeah, that guy's way bigger. Guy has a way better chance of taking a punch or throwing a punch than the child who has to grow up yet still. And like, I don't know when that happened, when the changeover happened. But when you're a kid, though, you see it, like you were saying, like the teenager sees that Travis Scott and relates and thinks Travis Scott is a badass of some sort, when really, like, I mean, Logan Paul would knock his head off in a second. Like in reality, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
he's the biggest non-threat in the ring, period.
Right, but he looks like the cool guy. So if you relate to him, if he's in your demographic, that, you know, if you're in his demographic, essentially, you might think this guy really is the biggest badass in the ring, when really, he's threat zero. Like,
and also like if you've liked him throughout his career, like you're a pretty big fan of his, like he's at least like my top 10, and he shows up in wrestling, which you're also a fan of. You might be more starstruck by the star than the superstars.
Right. That makes a lot of sense too, because he's also the unexpected in that scenario. You watch WrestleMania, you watch these shows looking for the Rock and Cena and stuff like that. And then he's the bonus.
That's that like, oh shit moment.
You're right.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I guess he was supposed to be, the rumor is he was supposed to be DLC in 2K and got replaced because of the falling out.
Yeah.
So
no idea what happened, but
end result is I don't know about him to this, you know, be happy that he got a falling out. I didn't think he did anything for the story for me, so I don't care that he's gone. I'm actually happy for that reason, but I'm clearly not his demographic, so what do I know?
Yeah, I could just smell right away that like he didn't fit. Who
brought him in? Like what? I mean, I assume it had to be...
He came out with The Rock.
Right, but didn't Triple H give him a belt and invite him?
Well, I mean, they do that with a lot of celebrities that are
But I
all
know, but
into.
I wonder which exec thought bringing him in for
Oh,
any reason would make sense.
I don't know.
And you're right, they
Um,
do that with everybody. I mean, they're doing a Jelly Roll. They're
yeah,
not wrong. And sometimes it hits. Like Jelly
yeah,
Roll seems to be a hit.
and if it hits, they go with it. But
Right. And that's what
this
these big
was this was kind
yeah.
of like two fails in a row, and like the WrestleMania one was the like, it, the what was it? Was it Royal Rumble was the first time he came out? Yeah, because that's when the Rock did his whole thing.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta, I want you to be my champion. Um, him even hurting Cody, like fucking slapping the shit out of his eardrum. Okay, fine. You can kind of get away with that screw up because he's inexperienced. But that WrestleMania thing where we're all wanting The Rock, and then this dweeb shows up and takes a really long time to get to the ring, and he's just not adding anything to it, and everyone's confused. Like, why the fuck is he here? Where's The Rock? That
That's not
was
all his fault though. I think
it's
he could have handled it better, but
it's
I don't
it's not. But they also set him up for failure, and I think that without knowing like what's the falling out, I think that was kind of the nail in the coffin. That just killed him being a part of this because it's just like nobody wanted that. Like that was just a giant disappointment.
Yeah, but if he could have owned that moment, it would have been a much better scenario.
If he could have, but they put him in a very difficult spot. They put him in a spot where everybody was confused. Even if you're a fan of his, you're like, oh, okay,
Yeah, it
where's
looked
The
like
Rock?
even like John Cena was confused by the spot. Even like when they
Yeah,
cut the scene.
he kind of had that look on his face, like, "The fuck are you doing out here?"
Right. Like he's sitting there going, I'm getting saved by Travis Scott.
Yeah,
Like
it's
what
just,
the
you
but
gonna box his ears? What are you doing here?
yeah. Um but yeah, we'll see. I guess it'd probably be for the Cena storyline, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I hope to God they have The Rock come back and just start working with this storyline that they set up. Like
Yeah, they're running out of time. There's 4 months
yeah,
left.
and we've in the last year we've seen The Rock 3 times, and one was at Netflix where it was, I'm not part of the storyline right now. I'm just kind of like, hi, yeah, it's Netflix. It's our first one. This is a new era. This is a Netflix era. Just happy to be here. Although they use some of that, like, hey, he's like a nice guy all of a sudden with Cody, and they're supposed to not like each other, and then they use that for, I want you to be my champion. People didn't know after we feuded, we became really close friends, and they went with it. All right, fine, they used it. You can let your suspension of disbelief go, but then they still haven't capitalized on all this. They better do something big here at SummerSlam, or this 2 night pay-per-view is, well, PLE could potentially be a bit of a stinker, and
Yeah,
I'm not looking
I
for
didn't.
that.
I was talking to another friend of mine, and I agreed with him completely. If any other one needed to go 2 nights, at least 2 nights first, it probably should have been a Rumble
Yeah,
because you could have a Rumble
each
main
night.
event each night.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
So, but um, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I'm excited to see what they do. Um, don't know what they're doing with Bailey. Bailey, I guess, is the last thing we could maybe touch on real fast if you want to.
Yeah, sure. But while we were watching tonight, you brought up the point where it's just like, well, it's not as maybe dire as we would think because they're uh, recognizing that
Right.
she's
If she was left off WrestleMania and SummerSlam and not talked about, that's worse than if she's left off SummerSlam and WrestleMania, but it becomes part of the storyline.
Yeah, I would have been concerned she'd be like the next cut list if there
I
would be
don't
one.
know if they want to cut her ever.
Yeah.
Because
Oh, like ever?
what would she do? She would, if she wanted to, she could instantly go reunite with her best friend
Oh, yeah.
in AEW. And do they really want that?
Yeah, that wouldn't be good for them. You got a good point. They do kind of want to keep her happy because they could just go over there and
Right.
start to crush them a bit.
But, well, you drag the second of the four horsewomen over to the other brand, and then you take some of that group of that.
Yeah.
Sasha had a following, but she never had a following the size of Bayley because Bayley had so many little kids that liked Bayley because of the whole Hugger brand.
The Hugger thing.
So
you hear her talk about that? I gotta hug how many people?
right.
Everyone that wants one? Yeah. Oh, why did I agree to this gimmick? Oh no.
Yeah, it was a lot of hugging. It was a lot of hugging.
Hey man, it got you to where you're at. Just be grateful that you did it, and now it's over. You transition to heel and back and heel and back. So
yeah, but so I don't think she's on any danger of being cut, but I don't. It's tough to take a break apparently as a woman in WWE because they move on fast.
Well, it's kind of the little problem with women throughout the ages where the younger, hotter, next upcoming crop are coming up, and they start pushing out the ones that start looking a little long in the tooth. Charlotte. That's all I'll do. I'll stop there. I was evil earlier. I'll just, I'm not gonna pound on the catcher's mitt.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
But that's always been that issue and the jealousy and resentment that can come with that sort of thing.
But they even reload the women faster, it seems like. Look, you got Sol Ruka running around down in NXT. They'd love to bring her up somewhere. They absolutely love her finisher just because.
Dude, I don't know who doesn't love that finisher. That finisher is sick.
It really is.
How she can just do that on anyone. And I haven't seen one that like looked bad where someone would be like, it's a botch. Like, shut up, they're trying. They're like, leave them alone. But I haven't seen a bad one yet.
No, I agree.
They've all been like, holy fucking shit.
Side note, we got about 10, 12 minutes left. Did we talk about AIW last week?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay.
Not much. We kind of cut it off because we were doing too much time. But
all right, yeah, that's right. We did talk about the headache and stuff like that. That's true.
Yeah, but I mean, unless you got something else, I mean, this could be a good spot to maybe even kind of cut it because it's just like we're trying to keep these like under an hour. I think almost 45 minutes.
No, that's why I brought it up because I was gonna say we could cut it, or I couldn't remember talking very much about AIW. Fit like 5 minutes in real fast, but if we talked about it last week, then it was abbreviated. That's fine.
Yeah, I almost figured to keep this shorter and sweeter, just because I think we really said all that we really want to say about tonight's episode and the lead up to SummerSlam.
And we got distracted by.
Oh well, we always do those
miscellaneous stuff too. Yeah, but just definitely if we start the show by saying there's not a lot to talk about because there wasn't a whole lot that happened, we probably shouldn't go over an hour. So you're probably right.
Yeah.
So, all right, that's gonna sum it up. We'll probably try to be back maybe on Friday or something. Maybe do a prediction show.
Yeah, that'd be good with me.
Try to do something before it goes live. Before SummerSlam goes live on Saturday. To at least get our predictions in the universe, so to speak, before they happen, before the shows start. Yeah. So whether it's Friday night after SmackDown, whether it's Saturday before, maybe during the kickoff show or something, we're going to we'll try to do something prediction wise.
Yep.
I imagine. So
I'll try to be here.
Sounds good. All right. Well then let's actually end this before an hour.
Sounds good. Before 55 minutes for me.
We've been recording for 50. Okay. So, For the wrestling mats, I'm Matt. That's Matt, and this has been another show.
Yep. Bye,
It's that simple.